What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Biki here with the Untitled Game Show, back once again with more Yu-Gi-Oh! And let's jump into today's little old duel. We should have some fun with the random water deck that I put together. My opponent went ahead and won the rock, paper, scissors, so he will most likely go, wait, not first. My opponent actually chose... Oh, my opponent is going first. Okay, I was about to say for a second, I kind of look at that wrong. Looking at my starting out hand, it doesn't look like the best hand ever. I actually really can't do much with that hand. I don't have any monsters I can summon. But I do have Pot of Duality, so that will be allowing me to at least pick a card from my deck on my next turn. My opponent starts off with a normal monster, which kind of surprises me, but maybe he's a new duelist, I'm not too sure. This is a ranked duel right now, guys, so we'll have to see how it actually goes ahead and plays out. But we should have some fun either ways, because this is a deck that's a little bit more random than playing with samurais or in the trio deck, so it should be fun to play either ways. So we're going to start off with Mystical Space Typhoon, which is going to destroy one of the cards in the back row on my opponent's side of the field. I'm going to destroy this card on the right side, right over here, at least my right. So we'll find out what card that was right there. That card that's sent to the graveyard was a trap card. And it did Fiend's Mirror. What did it do? Switch the opponent's spell card effect that target. Okay, that's not bad. Next up, we're going to set down Bottomless Trap Hole, and then we're going to activate Pot of Duality. The reason I just set down Bottomless Trap Hole right now is it could just be there. It could be a big card. My other two cards are the cards I really wouldn't want to be destroyed. Mirror Force. Not the best set of cards ever. Mirror Force would be highly useful, but we're going to go with the bear because we definitely need to have a monster. Without monsters, we're not going to be able to really do much. So we'll take Mother Grizzly. And Mother Grizzly is a water-type monster, and once it gets destroyed and sent to the graveyard, I do get to special another water-type monster from my deck. So we're going to summon that in face-up attack position. And we're going to actually equip him with this card right here, which increases his attack comparative to how many monsters my opponent controls. Then we're going to set down this card. And now we're going to end our turn. Now, my opponent probably would do the smart thing by just attacking before summoning another monster, because if he summons another monster, he would basically not be able to attack my Mother Grizzly, because the more monsters he controls, the more monsters I could actually... my card effect right here increases my attack of my Mother Grizzly, because for every monster my opponent controls, I get an attack boost. But I wouldn't let him summon anything anyways, because I really don't want him to do that. So Mother Grizzly is about to take the attack right here, which is fine with me, guys. I'm okay with Mother Grizzly dying because it allows me another monster. I could have set it in defense, but I really didn't want to do that. And I could have used the effect of Fighting Spirit, which, if you guys don't know what it is, it says, if this card will be destroyed by battle, you can destroy this card itself. So I could save Mother Grizzly, but I have no intention of saving Mother Grizzly. I want to use it to actually summon another monster. And I only lost 50 life points right there, which is actually not that much, in all things considered. So I'm okay losing the 50 life points right now to be able to get a better monster, at least for me personally, on the field right now. So we're going to go with that situation instead for right now. I just want to make sure I want to get the right one. Alright, we're going to get her. So this is going to give me 500 life points during my standby phase, because it is my opponent's turn right now. Now, hopefully my opponent does go ahead and summon a monster on their main phase 2 right here. Perfect. Which allows me to use Bottomless Trap Hole. And goodbye. Now, if my opponent sets down a spell or trap, that allows me to activate my other card. So here's where I go ahead and draw one card. Standby phase. My cure goes into effect. I gain 800 life points. So I lost 50 life points from the death of Mother Grizzly and Fighting Spirit, but I gained actually 750 back, so that's not bad. And now I can actually go ahead and summon up this card right here. And it says if you control a water monster, you can summon this card without tributing. Then we're going to go ahead and set a cure to defense because I don't want her to actually get killed. But I could special summon this card right here. It'd be great to have two very strong monsters on the field right now. But it's very much a risk to put both of them out as I don't have no way to really stop the back row right this second. So we'll just go into attack right now. If something crazy comes out, I will have to deal with that after this battle. So we'll see what the card in the back is. It was nothing. Nothing that strong. I was playing very defensively, but I didn't really need to. But it's okay. I prefer play defensive than too offensively and end up screwing myself up too much. So we're just going to go ahead and end the turn. Even though we could technically summon this monster right now, we're going to wait and see what my opponent goes ahead and do, because it will be a bad idea to have my hand completely empty and have everything on the field with nothing to save for reserve in case my opponent drops out with something kind of crazy. Alright, my opponent comes out with this card, gains 500 attack for each card equipped to this. Okay. Just gonna attack. Gonna attack my cure. Cure Mermaid. Or maybe not. Okay, I was thinking maybe he's thinking about my back row card. But he goes in for the attack. But Cure Mermaid did his thing. I don't try to keep Cure Mermaid out there so long so I could just keep gaining life points. That's not really my strategy to win. It's just a card to gain a boost in life points if for 1-2 turns if I have the possibility. But it actually does serve two purposes by me putting in that defensive position right there too. Now this guy left his monster up in a face-up attack position. So that does actually work pretty well for me because next turn I'm going to be able to attack that card directly. And I'm still hoping my opponent sets down another spell or trap card. Because if he does, that's going to give me another opportunity to use this card right here in my spell and trap zone. So what this card does, it locks down two cards in my opponent's spell and trap zones that they are unable to do anything with. And look at that, Mystical Space Typhoon. Well, wasn't expecting this, but we're going to use it anyways and just destroy that back row card. Nonetheless, we'll be able to see what it was or what it is. Let's see. Select one spell or trap card you control and one spell card your opponent control. Interesting card, but it really was not going to be able to help my opponent much anyways. So, I'm glad I actually just destroyed that one instead of wasting my my set spell and trap for it. So I'm going to go ahead into attack right here. My shark's going to do its thing. Now my opponent hasn't lost a lot of life points yet, but I basically have gained life points. So in this situation, my opponent does still have 3 cards in his hand, but he hasn't really summoned much yet. So right now it's kind of like a more of a mundane duel in the sense that like nothing really big has been popped out yet. No big XYZs, you know, nothing crazy for anything like that with synchros. Anything with tuners. Just keeping it simple right now, which is fine with me. Keeps it interesting, more like a old school duel where it takes a lot more turns than these more like nowadays. There's so many cards. Sorry about that, guy. Just moved around a little bit. There's so many cards that you could like have your duels be ended in 2 to 3 turns just very quickly. So it's interesting sometimes to actually try to play a longer duel and see how that one actually plays out. So in this situation right now, I'm trying to wait to see what my opponent is trying to think of doing. Either he's trying to decide on what the best situation to do. Probably set down a card in defensive mode if he can't beat my 2100 attack off my shark. If he can't do that, so like we're gonna have we got this card. Okay, he's special summoning the Tricky. Now the Tricky has 20,000 attack, or 2,000. So that's interesting. What's this one? King of the Beast. Now he's going to use the Tricky to summon another monster. 4,000. The attack of this monster becomes twice the original attack of that of the tributed monster. Wow. I've never seen that card. That is a very good card. That is a very good card. Twice? Shit, you get 6,000 on that card very easily. I've never seen that card before. Well played. See, that's what I like about Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like, what, over 5,000 cards at this point? Maybe even more. It's probably even more at this point. There's always cards you never see. Like, you don't... I worked in a place that sold Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. Opened up tins, boxes, everything. Got deliveries of mats and all that things. Did a tournament. And I don't know how I missed out on this card. Interesting effect. I mean, and it's a Fiend too. I can add that very well into a Fiend deck. And it's only level 6, man. That's not bad whatsoever. Wouldn't be too much of a difficult card to get on the field. So here, unfortunately, is where I'm going to have to start playing defensively, because a card like that, 2 turns of attacks like that is going to wipe me out immediately. So this is not looking too well for me, unfortunately. He's going to go ahead and take out my back row, my monster right here, then going to get a direct 4,000 attack on me. So this might be actually a loss for me, but we gotta have faith in our cards. I do have plenty of cards in my deck that could stop this Unsalt right here. We got, Swords of Real Light. We got Mirror Force. We got, so much things. I have so many things in my deck that could actually stop this one. So we'll just have to live through this little assault right here and hope that the next card I get is actually something that could defend me a little bit more interestingly than actually what's been going on right now. So yeah. So, Heart of the Cards, give me a good card. So let's see what I draw right here, guys. Anything useful? And not necessarily. It looks like this one's a loss for me, guys. Draw another level 5 monster. Nothing I can really do with this monster right now. My spell and trap zone, nothing I could do. So we're going to call this one an L, guys. Biki here with the Untitled Game Show. It was a cool little duel. Went along a little long, but my opponent threw out a monster I never saw before, and a monster that I'm actually quite interested in trying out myself. So I have some ideas for this card just looking at it. I'm like, okay. The great Maju Garzett. Is that Garzett? Garzett, right? Garzett. But anyway, he summons another monster, and he will be free to attack. Alright, looks like me and my opponent, neither of us got any special summons in there. But still, I think it was a fun duel. They didn't expect that, and that's a good thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! When you expect something, even on a loss, and you enjoy it, that's a good thing to happen. Anyways, guys, Biki here with the Untitled Game Show. I'll be back with more duels soon. Peace out, guys.